Good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me into your home this morning. I hope you're safe and well and coping with lockdown. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Maria. By the time you see this, we will be around weeks 6 to 7 of lockdown. Some of you, like us, will have grown used to this new, slower, more peaceful way of life, or the new normal as we call it. However, some of you will be just plain bored and frustrated by the restraints this virus has placed on us. Others will be anxious for the future, and many of you will have hit a wall and just be weary of the whole thing. Throughout lockdown, we've been greatly blessed and encouraged by these short daily devotionals. We all need encouragement at some time in our lives, and particularly in these strange times we're living through just now. It's been so good to have these wee gems to look forward to with our morning coffee. I'm completely in awe of all of you, and I have to confess that I was somewhat daunted by the prospect of contributing. However, here goes. Like some of you, I use the daily UCB Word for Today readings in my study time. I think it was Vanessa who spoke about the encouragement she found through the daily devotionals and the fact that so often the words seem to speak directly to her. I agree. It's amazing that something written so far in advance can be so relevant to your situation when you read it. So, on the 7th of April, we read these words. Abraham had a special place where he met with God. So did Daniel when his life was threatened. In his upper room, he knelt 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before God, as was his custom. And this is in Daniel 6, verse 10. Jesus too had a special place. Before daylight, he departed to a solitary place, and there he prayed. This is Mark 1, verse 35. Here's an idea. Establish a God place in your life. When problems and pressures threaten to overwhelm you, go to your God place. When you need guidance, go to your God place. Hymnist William Walford penned these time-honoured words. Sweet hour of prayer, that calls me from a world of care, and bids me at my Father's throne make all my wants and wishes known. In seasons of distress and grief, my soul has often found relief, and oft escaped the tempter's snare by thy return, sweet hour of prayer. In the words of Henry Ward Beecher, wherever you have seen God pass, mark that spot and go and sit in that window again. Your God place can be anywhere, but it should be somewhere. After you've been there a while, a kind of aura will surround it. You'll create memories of intimate times with God. It will become your sanctuary, which simply means a place of refuge and safety. David wrote these words, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And this is from Psalm 91. Call it your God place, your secret place, your sanctuary, or whatever, but establish such a place in your life. So where's your God place? I asked my sister this question, and she told me that her God place was the ballast bank. She explained, you have a steep climb to get to the top. When you do, you step onto grass, and then you become aware of the sea, and then the sky, and then all 3 together, and you get the big picture, like stepping into heaven. Wow. I have to say that my God place is less exciting. It's the seat I'm sitting on while recording this message. It's at my dining room table. From here, I can see straight down my street, and then on the horizon, on a clear day, I can see the Carrick Hills. When we moved to Troon nearly 3 years ago now, everything happened very quickly. From deciding to leave Glasgow and come here, the whole process only took 3 to 4 months. We were swept up in a whirlwind of buying, selling, packing and leaving our home of 30 years. We could see God's hand in everything connected to the move, the speed, the ease of all the practicalities involved, and we had a feeling that we were being sent here for a reason. We didn't know what, but it didn't matter. We didn't need to know. The day we moved in, the sun was shining, and as I looked out of the dining room window towards the hills, my eyes were drawn to the 3 pylons that sit on top, and I thought of Calvary, and was certain then that God was working in our lives. Any fear I had about starting this new adventure in a new place where we knew hardly anybody faded away. When I think of that time now, the words of Isaiah 43 verse 1 come to mind. Do not be afraid, I am with you. I have called you by your name, you are mine. So, this is my God space. We see in the devotional that Abraham, Daniel and even Jesus found places where they could be still and pray and come close to God. Now I have to confess that I am not the most disciplined person in the world when it comes to prayer and Bible study. I'm full of good intentions, but somehow stuff gets in the way. My prayer life is haphazard to say the least, and consists in the main of jumbled conversations with God whenever a person or a situation pops into my head. But I'm encouraged that when I sit quietly in my God space, even when I don't have the words, the Holy Spirit prays for me and with me, and God answers. I also have to confess that sometimes I get distracted by the comings and goings in the street, although there hasn't been much action these last few weeks. Often I just sit quietly and reflect, and haven't we had a lot to reflect on these past weeks? I think that one of the good things to come out of this time of lockdown is that we've been given a gift of time to reflect, to rest, and just to be. A breathing space, if you like. Donald and I feel blessed in our circumstances during this crisis. We are both well so far, we are comfortable, we don't have to worry about work, and we take each day as it comes. And if the worst that happens is that we have to wait for 10 minutes in a queue at Morrison's, then so be it. That doesn't mean that we're immune to what's going on round about us. We're not. We're very aware of the situation and the cost it's having on other people. But we have found peace in our circumstances. Our life continues. And in a space of lockdown, we've seen the seasons change and have been blessed with the most beautiful weather in the day and amazing night skies. The earth that God spoke into being is coming alive around us, and we're truly blessed. So, in this wee place where I come to meet with God, I am truly grateful to my Heavenly Father for all He has given me. I know that He'll never leave me or forsake me, and I'm at peace. I pray that you are too. Thank you for your patience and for listening to my random thoughts this morning. Can I leave you with the words of the beautiful Psalm 121, where we are assured of the hope and protection of our great God, who created the heavens and the earth, the all-seeing God who watches over us through this crisis, and the all-powerful God who is neither diverted or deterred. I look up to the mountains. Does my help come from there? My help comes from the Lord who made the heavens and the earth. He will not let me stumble and fall. The one who watches over you will not sleep. Indeed, he who watches over Israel never tires and never sleeps. The Lord himself watches over you. The Lord stands beside you as your protective shade. The sun will not hurt you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord keeps you from evil and preserves your life. The Lord keeps watch over you as you come and go, both now and forever. And from Psalm 27, wait patiently for the Lord. Be brave and courageous. Yes, wait patiently for the Lord. Amen.